The time has come. Execute Order 66.
But I've got news for you. Copernicus called, and you are not the center of the universe. Oh, she's horrible. I've made a ghastly mistake.
This is like what we understand to be Star Wars, like the idea that like that only came from George Lucas, that only George Lucas holds the key for what we understand to be Star Wars is just untrue. And I think the prequels are an excellent example of that. I mean, the idea that, like, when you're hiring a director, that everyone is sitting in there waiting for George Lucas and not for the person who's going to know to hire Ralph McQuarrie, that's the problem. That's the misogyny and the problem with the auteur myth as it stands today, because they're not thinking this is the person that will hire the right people and this is the person that will be able to create the lookbooks and direct people to get them to that place. They're just thinking, do you have all the answers? And the truth is that nobody does, and anybody that says they do is lying.
So apparently Star Wars The Direct, which is basically a shill-based fan publication that only talks about positive crap that has ruined Star Wars. And what I mean by their idea of positive crap is this headline: the Acolyte has cast Abigail Thorne as Ensign Urus, making her the first transgender actor to appear in Star Wars series. And of course, it also cast as the lead BIPOC, non-binary actress Amanda Stenberg. Now, Abigail is not a woman. Abigail is a man, fetishizing women's bodies. Okay, when you read the article, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. You're probably going to go, "What the fuck?" Okay, it not only brings up how great this was and everything else, and what a wonderful thing it is to have these mentally unstable people in Star Wars, talks about what a great thing it is to give them a safe place to work, and what a great thing it is to positively show them in whatever, and attacks Bob Chapek for basically saying we're not doing agenda-driven political TV or shows anymore, and how he was dragged through the mud by his own employees over being honest, and how they want to tell us that a family can be anything. It's not. It's a mom and dad and kids. Okay, that's what a family is. Anything else is questionable. Is questionable because kids need both parents, a mother and a father. It's scientific, in fact, that if a girl grows up without a father, she matures quicker, and if a boy grows up without his dad, he literally does have health issues later in life. And that's biological, that's real. Argue with me, I don't care. But the thing I don't like about this, and I find funny, is it came out right after Cameron reported that Leslie Headland had been let go from Lucasfilm, and that the Acolyte's been quietly canceled. Okay. Leslie Headland, according to Cameron, no longer has anything to do with Lucasfilm at all. She's gone on to another project. So we have to think about what they're doing. They're trying to protect something because it's not good Star Wars. It's agenda-driven. What Bob Chapek back in the day was talking about, okay?
Pardon me. I have to go poke out my mind's eye.
The fact of the matter is, Leslie Headland, since she's been let go, she is not doing the Acolyte. The Acolyte, according to Doomcock, is 3 short films, episodes, which is a sizzle reel. That's what it is. And this was going to happen. This canceling was going to happen. But the reason why the Direct did this story about this guy named Abigail Thorne is because if you read the article, there's a veiled threat to it. If we, negative 2% of the population, don't get what we want, we're going to commit violence against you. Now, the trans community is not above doing that. They have attacked a Muslim mother in New York for basically calling out Jeffrey Marsh, who's a guy who calls himself non-binary, for coaching children to have no contact with their families. I don't even want to tell you what I think about that. But here you go with a canceling. Now, combine this canceling with the firing of LaTondra Newton. I do believe that there's a 50-50 chance Disney's going to hire somebody else, or they're just going to roll her duties, which weren't really much, into the duties of another executive. Okay. But we've seen non-binary transies in other Star Wars offerings. Willow, the TV show, was yanked off of Disney+. It was created by the ever happy to share Hollywood weirdness with people, John Kasdan, who it's always been so strange that a guy would actually be interested in this shit, but whatever. And John Kasdan, was the creator of Pando Lando in Soylo, a Soy Wars story. This was his idea, not ours. And there was a transgender actor in Willow, and also a lesbian couple. Okay, so it's like you're looking at this, and you're rolling your eyes, and you're going, okay, so this is kind of par for the course for Lucasfilm, and of course, Direct loves to say how Lucasfilm is so open to diversity and everything. I mean, it wasn't the first time something weird showed up in Star Wars. We had a lesbo affair in Andor, which is not romantic at all. And we had this thing, Vice Admiral Holdo, non-binary, I think, pansexual, which means she'd fuck your TV set. Keep your dog and cat away from her. Keep your horse away from her. Keep your children away from her. Keep your couch pillows away from her. Okay, that's what that means, all right? Then we have the other part of the High Republic, which the Acolyte was supposed to be about, in which this cow, Claudia Gray, created a gay, celibate, Matthew McConaughey lookalike pilot. So, gay celibate, which means doesn't have sex, gay celibate. You kind of look at her and go, how many gay men do you know? It's like, what? And it's this kind of stuff. These people don't understand why there's such a blowback and why there's such a backlash. I mean, look at Bud Light. Coors Light's now going to get into the diversity thing, and they're going to get creamed for it. Okay? There's a blowback because people are sick and tired of it. Okay? There's live and let live, and there's holy shit, will you shut the fuck up now? Okay? No, I don't want my kids going to Drag Queen Story Hour. No, I don't want my kids to learn at the age of 10 how to, strap a strap-on by their teacher, okay? It's shit like this. It's gotten out of hand, all right? But when you read the direct article, there's really a hint of a lack of accepting reality. And here's when Lucasfilm had Marvel do a trans Jedi couple, non-binary Jedi couple, Tarek and Chirrut, the High Republic, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, first off, there's a reason why Marvel is failing. Shit like this. The people who read Marvel Comics are a niche group. Mostly men, not kids. And they don't want to read this shit. Okay? It's very strange to me that we have yet to get these people to understand that this shit is not selling. Okay? But again, if you read the article, what are they, I mean, accept the fact that the Acolyte is no more. It is not happening. There's no Acolyte. Leslie Headland has been let go from Lucasfilm. She doesn't appear anywhere there anymore. So let it go, okay? Stop the lie. Especially since I know the people that write these articles know it's not going to happen. Okay? I know that for a fact. Okay? They're doing this, for clickbait. They're doing this maybe in the hopes of forcing Disney to let Headland come back and go ahead with it. They're doing it to protest. And, maybe warn them of something. But look, woke is losing, okay, at Disney now. All right, it's a slow process. But when you see what's been happening just in the last week, LaTondra Newton gone, and probably Reimagine Tomorrow's gone. And then, us finding out that Headland is no longer part of Lucasfilm, and that the Acolyte's going to be memory holed into oblivion, just like Rian Johnson's trilogy. This is the response from what? The Flying Monkeys? Who? If you go back and look at what Kamran was told about the reaction the Flying Monkeys had to Kennedy and Marshall being dissed on the red carpet premiere of Indy 5 in Los Angeles by Steven Spielberg, they've cut ties with her too. Okay, so I don't know who's behind this. It could be them desperately trying to hold on to something, maybe to hit Disney back with, but it ain't going to happen. So I don't even know what the direct is trying to do anymore with this. Okay, but it's a fluffy article with an undertone of threat to it. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.